in a down market. Oh, baby, the market is melting. Are you earning from that or you're hurting from that? Today's show is going to change your life. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. If I sound excited today, it's because I am. Today is Monday, and the market is shook. How to win in a down market. We're going to talk about that today. As I'm sitting here, I just got back from New York City, hanging out with the fam, and had a bunch of business meetings out there. One thing I want to share with you, well, let me slow down. I am excited. So, first, thank you so much for sharing the show. Share the show. Help your buddies. Today, I was listening to a podcast show. I sent a text to 3 of my friends that are white-collar business owners. It was about white-collar profit zones that a lot of white-collar businesses can create. And I said to my 3 white-collar buddies that say, yo, dude, you should listen to minutes 7 to 19. And I sent it to all 3 of them. Literally pause this show. If you hear something that pops, someone that you're thinking about, that's what I do. I think about others, right? I'm very resourceful. So I'm thinking about all my friends, all the people, colleagues, and the game. And if I can make someone's life better today by consuming information, i.e. a podcast like this or whatever you listen to or read or such, I'm thinking about them. You know, it hits me. I'm like, boom, I got to hit Dan up. He's in the medical industry. Here's what he's doing. You got to listen to this, dude. Maybe it helps him, maybe it doesn't. But I guess what? It's the thought that counts. I connected him. I hooked him up. I was thinking about him. It will never hurt you to take 12 seconds. And not only that, it exposes them to something they might not even know it exists. And you might be thinking, well, Mark, they might listen to the show already. Okay, cool. You're assuming they listened to this episode. You're assuming a lot. It's not about that. Just say, dude, did you hear this show? Listen to minutes 7 to 19. It's fire. Check it out. If they have it already on their podcast, great. You put it right back in front of them. If they don't, they get new exposure. Exposure is very powerful to people like you and I. So please share the show. Make buddies. Deepen relationships. Let me do the work for you. That's all I'm asking. I'll do the work. And if they're like, dude, you listen to that crazy bastard, I like you. And or they don't. That's even better, right? Separate. And we're going to talk about that today. That's very important today about eliminating dead weight, eliminating negative weight. We're going to talk a lot about that today because how to win in a down market is not hanging out with losers, negative Nellies, shit talkers, etc. We will go deep into that today. So again, thank you guys for sharing the show. As I was hanging out in New York City, I haven't been there for a while. I actually used to live over there on 48th and Broadway above the M&M building for about 6 months through my travels, me and Dina in 2007. And it was kind of funny. Usher was our neighbor, literally like right across the hall from us. And Brian McKnight, I don't even know these people, but like you'd always see these guys. And you got to remember, they're just like us, right? They're just hanging out, doing their thing. But it was different times. So when we went there this time, I had armed guard with us at all times. And I don't know if you've ever done that. I don't typically do that, but I have had that in the past because I just want to protect my family. I've worked so hard. Last thing I want is some stupid clown that has nothing to lose to come rolling up, punch you in the face, hit your kid, grab your kid, whatever. You just never know. And especially in New York City, right? The gun carry laws are a lot different. So there's a great site called bark.com. I don't own anything of it. I'm just sharing my experience with it. I went to bark.com. I typed in, hey, here's what I'm looking for in New York City. You know, armed guard, family guy. We'll walk around, do XYZ for about 8 hours a day. And here's what it is. So then you pay like $80 an hour or whatever it is. And we met some 2 amazing guys, actually cops of New York City. One was an ex-cop. The other one's about to be an ex-cop, sergeant, matter of fact. But just walking around with these guys, you just felt so much more confident, so much more comfortable. And, you know, I don't have to worry about something silly. And what I always discover on these things is they have great connections. They know the city better than anybody. They've been living in the city their whole life. So it's a real hack. I'm not saying you have to have security guards. I'm not saying all that. I'm just, if I'm going to an area I'm not sure about, my thought is I've worked really hard to protect things. Why not just hire someone local, have them protect you and your family? And it worked out really well. So it's pretty cool. Got to meet a lot of neat people. So let's talk about this, because right now, today is a very interesting day. The market's down over 1,000 points. That's a lot. I don't think it's happened ever in the history of the market, especially on intraday and all that. But there's a lot of interesting things. If you just pay attention to the media, and I don't consume news, but like if you're on social media, you see this shit everywhere. I want you to really think about this. How does it affect you? Because if you're 30, the market goes down 100 points, 1,000 points, 10,000. What does that do to your 401k? What does that do to your family's finances? Truth is, most of you probably doesn't do anything, except you're looking on a balance sheet and it goes down. But it's not going to change your life today. I see a lot of people get very upset, very emotional. And this is a financial wherewithal, like understanding your thoughts. Because this is stuff you can't control. The best way to control is just don't be in the market, right? That's simple. I'm not really in the market, right? I do have real estate. Real estate is a controllable asset. You're not going to get huge rips and growths like you could on a crypto or a stock, I guess. But it's steady, eddy, consistent. That's how I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with that. Not saying I don't take stupid risks sometimes. I do. We all do, right? That'd be crazy to think that some of us don't here. But I can tell you this. I want you to take stock. What happened? What was your feelings? What was your emotional feelings? Were you scared? Did you even know what was going on? Were you playing defense all day? Are you plotting different? These are times to learn, not to fear. This is an uncontrollable moment for you if you're in the market. See, you've had this false sense of like, I'm in full control of my finances, but your shit's in the market. Well, you are in control when it's going up. You're out of control when it's going down. And the only way to lose money in a down market is when you sell. Because if you have time on your side, typically it's worth a lot more when you go to sell in the future. So if you have 20 years to recover. But I was sitting there, I had a meeting that, this morning with my buddy Tim, and we're sitting there at a little cafe talking about some big real estate stuff we're working on. And I could not imagine being an individual that literally was relying on my 401k to allow me to retire. We know this is like 99% of the world, right? But could you imagine, you've worked your ass off, you're 64 years old, you're like, dude, I'm going to retire today. Today's my day. And you turn on the TV and the market's down 10, 20, 30%, depending what you're in. That's not a life. You literally are under the thumb of this massive emotional roller coaster financially. So inside the DM Alliance and DM family, I shared some insights, and I want to share with you guys today. This is the group that invests $1,000 a month in themselves and their businesses, but this was going on in real time. I actually posted this about 5:30 in the morning because I saw the intraday stuff, what's going on. I'm like, dude, this is an amazing opportunity. Because when I see massive things like that happen, my brain doesn't go to fear, it goes to opportunity. Because I know where the majority, if not 99.9% of people go. They go freak out mode. It's called a sell-off. That's why the market goes down more. People get scared. They don't even know why the hell they're selling. They're just selling. Oh my God, it's at 100. Oh my God, I bought it at 200. Oh my God, it's going all the way to zero. Well, maybe. But the likelihood of that happening is not going to happen. But I tell you what, you will lose money if you sell at a loss. That's how it works. If you hold it, and I've been in this game 28 and a half years. And I'm telling you right now, I saw this in 2006, 7, and 8. People were so erratic, selling, taking massive losses, because they were out of controlled characters. They were so scared. And their thought is like, I'd rather have 500,000 than $1 million. Okay. But it took you 28 years to go make that $1 million. You just lost 500 grand of that. Are you willing to give another 14 years of your life up to go get another 500? They don't have 14 more years. They're on the end stretch, the home stretch, I should say. So let me give you some things of what I do. One, look at this as an opportunity to dollar cost average in if you're in the market, right? If something tanked 10, 20%, typically, especially if it's a top tier stock, or a crypto, you can make a lot of money very quickly. I have a lot of buddies in crypto. I know Bitcoin went down to about 49,000 and change, call it 50 G's for easy math. And within 24 hours, I guarantee it's going to be up 10, 20%. So within 24 hours, you're going to pop off another 10 or 20%. But of course, it could go backwards. But if that does, okay, cool. Dollar cost average in more if you believe in where it's going. See, the thing is a lot of people make short-term decisions that are not aligned with their long-term goals. Let me say it again. Most people make short-term decisions that are not aligned with their long-term goals. And then they're frustrated because the long-term goals will never, it actually gets further away because they can't stop themselves. They can't help themselves. It's like you standing in the candy aisle saying you're going to lose weight, but you're pounding 3 pounds of M&Ms. Short-term decision is not aligned with your long-term goals. So when I look at that, I think, like I said, dollar cost average in. I see the opportunity. It's funny because when you're hanging out with your buddies and you're like, dude, if I missed the ride, I missed the height on Bitcoin. I'm using Bitcoin as an example. It was $70,000 and now it's at 50. You wish you could have got in at 60, but now you're selling at 50. Why aren't you buying? You need to talk to yourself. You need to learn about yourself of how these triggers happen. What are they doing for you? Are they serving you or hurting you? You need to extend your scope. Change your lens. Stop looking at what's 2 inches in front of you. Start looking at what's 2 years out from you. Do you still believe in it? Did anything fundamentally change? No, it's a market correction. It's a market blah, blah, blah. There's a lot going on. That's a good thing. That means the markets are zigging and zagging. So you could make more money in a disruptive market than you can in an up market. It's just you have to have the emotional willpower to do it, right? I always love the saying, when there's blood on the streets. All of you probably post this shit. Very few of you actually really believe it and know it, and most importantly, do it. Because it's scary when you're in those moments. So, dollar cost average. If I was an advisor or a broker, right? Did they call you? I'd be posting content. Like, hey, did your broker call you? If not, why? Why does your broker only call you when it's good? Why aren't they available when it's bad? Right? So again, if I was a broker or financial advisor or something, that would be my that'd be my message to the market so I could pull in the people that are pissed off at their broker. Because again, it's hard to convert someone when they're happy with their broker. It's very easy to move them around when they're not happy. Again, they're irrational, right? And then you could even ask questions like, how do you sleep at night with the money in the market? If I was a real estate guy and I understood I needed access to private capital, this is a great way to stir up conversations, right? Are you more interested in consistent returns or fearful nights? I'm cool either way. But if you post that to 10 people, 100 people, 1,000, or depending how big your following is, there's a majority that just want consistent returns secured by a hard asset. Do you think real estate in 10 years from now it goes up or down from today's number? It's going to be up. You don't have to believe me. What's cool about what I'm talking about is this is all stuff you could check what's happened in the past, and you can check what's going to happen in the future by measurement. Pull up a house, any house, see what it's worth today, and see what it sold last time it sold for. See what it was built for. And I guarantee you, if it's been in the last 10 years, it's worth a lot more. I've done a lot of real estate, and one of my biggest mess ups is I was selling them all. I had a lot of properties. We were turning a lot of units, up to 100 and something a month, 100 and something single families a month in that company. I should have kept them all. If I'd have kept them all, I'd be worth $50 to $100 million more today. Just that one change in my business. Not 100 changes, not even 2 changes, one strategy change. I was already doing all the work. We were already acquiring, we were already fixing, we were already tenanting them up. Those properties that we were selling for 70 are worth 280 now. This is only 7 years ago. Think about that. I'm not crying about it. It made me more aware, and it's changed my investing strategies as I move forward. But if I was you trying to raise money, I'd be talking about my real estate don't go down. It didn't go down today. How about your stock portfolio? Hey, guess what? My tenants paid today. Did your stock portfolio pay you today? Right? Talk about how over the 2 years wins they've had, false wins, in 2 hours was wiped out in one day. You can't control that if it's in the market. You could also broach the subject of alternative investments. Did you know you could use your IRA and 401k to invest in real estate to get steady, consistent, secured cash? Not guaranteed, but secured, steady, and consistent. Nothing's guaranteed. Are you pissed off with lack of control? The answer is yes. Right? Again, you got to hit people when they're fired up. This is how to win in a down market, by the way. I'm sharing with you how I made millions of dollars in one of the worst real estate market cycles ever from 2008 to 2010. We absolutely crushed it. While everyone had their hands up in the sand, their heads up their asses, we were crushing it. We were selling 50 houses in a weekend in a market that no one could sell one. How? Because we changed our approach. We weren't just trying to sell a house. We were selling opportunity. Big difference. We were selling control. Big difference in selling a house. We were selling consistency. That's what people really want. One of the biggest things the average person wants is consistency. Let me give you an example. If someone had $1 million in the stock market, their fear is, and they're 64 years old, their fear is spending their principal before they're dead. These are the greeters at Walmart, unfortunately. If they have $1 million in real estate notes or real estate in general, and it's producing, call it 1% a month, $10,000 a month, every single month like clockwork. You think the average person could build an amazing fucking life with 10 grand a month? They only have $1 million. Not only that, they could get some tax opportunities. They could get appreciation. The opportunities in real estate taxes would be depreciation. That's if they were just all cash. They own $1 million in real estate or $1 million in notes paying 12% interest. They're getting $10,000 a month. They don't have to worry about principal pay down. They're getting a great return. So again, bring awareness. Talk to them about it. They're living it right now. You can catch them. Guys, this is not going away anytime soon, by the way. Over the next 6 months, this is going to keep happening all the time, right? We're in full election opportunity mode. We're in disruption. Everyone's talking about the down market, the interest rates, this, that, T-bills, this. Warren Buffett selling X, Y, Z. Like, use this. Use this shit for your marketing. I don't care what business you're in. You can utilize this strategy. Leverage. It's a great time to talk to them about leverage and understanding good leverage versus bad leverage. Why? Because people that understand or are in bad leverage, they feel massive pain. Bring awareness to it, have conversations, and show them a better plan. Most are scared and never do much here at all. Now, I want to talk about the mentality right now that's going on in the market. I'm seeing it everywhere. Your circle should be shrinking right now because there's a lot of negative Nellies, shit talkers, Debbie Downers. Dude, it's so hard. Get the fuck out of my life. Man, you don't understand. I don't need to understand. I'm out. Like, you're out. If your people are not talking positive, production, opportunity, strategies, pivot opportunities, you need new friends. You understand the opportunities are endless. Endless right now. Endless. But you got to audit your circle. Eliminate all dead weight. Right now, this is your time. If it's hard, good. This is where you're learning. I love what's going on in the market right now. The DM family, guys, we were talking about this. This is the 50K a year group, and we're all talking. We're like, dude, we're built for this shit. See, the thing is, everyone has this weird I'm going to be an entrepreneur. It's going to be so easy. I'm going to wake up and, do 7 hours of getting ready for the day. And it's so easy. It's beautiful. It's simple. And if you're with me, it's real. It's our life. I remember as a young entrepreneur, I always wonder, why the hell isn't everyone an entrepreneur? And then 2006 to 10, I remember why. It's happening again. The majority of the people that said they're entrepreneurs are not entrepreneurs, guys. True entrepreneurs will hunker down and crush it over the next 2 years. You will absolutely make more money in the next 2 years than you did the last 10. But you got to work. You don't have to believe me. Go listen to my podcast shows from about a year ago. I said the storm is coming. If you want the same results you have today, you're going to have to work 10 times harder to get the same result. Yeah, okay, Mark, you don't understand. I'm going to go buy this guy's course. I'm going to do this because that's not true. This is so much easy. This is easy. Okay. It's easy today. Guys, when it's easy for too long, it's going to get real hard, real fast. Look at your P&Ls. See where you're bloated. Is it staff, software? Is it, products? Is it inventory? Where are you heavy at? You got to get inside of your business, right? I always talk about working on your business. Working on your business is getting inside of your P&L and understanding where things are at, how you can move things around. Where are the hidden opportunities? Where are the ones you've looked over because it's been just too loosey-goosey? Dial it in. I get it. My biggest breakthroughs are when I'm laying in bed dry heaving at 2 a.m. because I'm scared, I'm overwhelmed, I have no answers to the solution, and I'm just thinking and thinking and thinking, and I'm scared. It's going to be, oh my God, I'm going to blow this. I got a lot of employees. I'm going to let them all go. I'm going to lose everything. We over-dramatize the situation. We're dramatic people. That's not a bad thing, necessarily. If that's how you live all the time, it's probably a bad thing. But that means you care. So how do you harness that power to use it as fuel to drive success, more success? I would imagine most people that's listening to my voice right now, your business and your life will look drastically different in 2 years from now. You might think you're a roofer right now, but you might be a way bigger, different type of roofer in the future. I know for a fact, and again, I have my hands in a lot of different types of companies: software, media, data, real estate, management, lead gen, all types of industries. Some are doing better than others, but they're all changing and evolving. We've cleaned up the teams. We've changed management around. We've pivoted different products. We've cut unnecessary expenses. We've cut stupid projects that are just kind of trying to work or barely working. Right now is not the time to be testing. Now's the time to be full execution. And I know this is true because last week for a day, I was in a room with 22 people. And one of the number one problems in that room was they don't know their purpose, i.e., they don't have a vision of where they want to go. So if you don't have a vision of where you want to go, it becomes very tough. It's exciting in the beginning because you're just doing something. But are you moving closer to the goal, or are you moving further back, or are you staying neutral? By the way, neutral is going backwards because you're on a big-ass hill. And if you're neutral in a car on a hill, you're rolling backwards for sure. So what we have to do is identify with where you want to go. I get it. You might not know. Here's what I can do to help you. Ask this question instead. What don't I want my life looking like 2 years from now? Start with what you don't want. Let's start reverse engineering to get what you want. See, it'd be like if I told you, I throw you a set of keys and I'm like, hey, I'll see you there. Well, maybe the first hour you're like, dude, this is awesome. I can't wait to get there, meet them at the destination. Problem is, where the fuck's where? How long do I need to pack for? What direction am I going? Am I getting closer or further away? Am I hot or cold? Too many people listening to my voice doesn't have a vision. How can you get yourself or your team on board to do all this stupid hard work if you don't have a goal or a vision of where you're going? Now, listen, it's not like I put the vision, it's in stone, it's got to happen no matter what. The only way, this is the way. It can edit a little bit, but at least you have a direction. I call it my North Star. My North Star is this. Do you guys see the North Star? I don't care if you're east, south, west, or north. You see it. Look up. Do you see it? Yes. Great. We have this amazing team. Here's where I'm at. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what you can do. Boom, 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 boom. Are we all on board? Every day we get closer to that North Star. Are you guys clear? Yes. If you need help, let me know. Yes. And we drive towards the goal. As a team, we're rowing together in the same direction. If not, you're going to lose great team members. You're going to lose great momentum. And probably more likely, you're going to go under. This is where burnout, frustration, anxiety, this is where it breeds. This is a breeding ground for that shit. But I'm telling you, you're not alone if you have this problem. 22 people in that room, over half had a vision and goal problem. They don't know where they're going. If you don't know where you're going, how do you know if it's working or not? You don't. So we need to dial that in. You need to sit down and get quiet with yourself for an hour. Let me give you an example. If I was writing a new book, I'd sit down with my team and say, hey guys, I'm writing a new book. Here's what the theme is. Here's what the running headline title is. It's going to be about 12 chapters, right? You always got to have a beginning, middle, and end. You guys clear? Clear. Here's my agenda. Here's my plan. I'm going to have my marketing team. I'm going to have everyone on the call or in person. Over the next 12 weeks, I'm going to do a podcast show about each chapter. Now, I'm telling you guys behind the scenes stuff. You wouldn't even know I'm doing this, by the way. I'm going to talk about a specific subject matter for the next 12 weeks. In each chapter, each show is going to be the theme of a chapter inside of the book. So in 12 weeks, 3 months, we're going to have a baseline of a book. Not only that, we provided massive value. I got my thoughts on paper to voice to you guys. And we could chop that up on social media and utilize that to start garnering eyeballs and opportunity to get in front of them, to talk to them. And then we're going to push it to an editor on week 13. And while that's being edited, we're going to get with the marketing team and we're going to start creating marketing hooks. We're going to create a launch date and we're going to come to market with it. Are we all clear? Clear. Don't you think we all know what the plan is now? The North Star is the launch date of the book. The checkpoint toward the North Star, i.e. the gas station or whatever, pit stop, whatever you want to call it, is week 12. Actually, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. We're on track, guys. Hey, guys, had a slip up on the podcast show. I messed up. Something was more urgent. So now we need one more week. Boom, change up the structure. Now week 13, now week 14, we go to publisher. We queue all these things up. We coordinate it, organize it, get on the same page. Do you think when I do a show, if we get done with it, do you think I say I'm on track or off track? On track. Great. Simple. This is leadership. This is how you grow. This is how you drive to a goal. If not, you're playing the fucking game without a scoreboard 24/7. This is why most people are so goddamn delusional. They're like, dude, I'm crushing it. It's like, bitch, you ain't got $100 in the bank. What are you crushing? Crushing your dreams, your goals, your lives, your family, everything. You're better than that. Dial this shit in now. Don't get mad. Actually, get mad. But get mad and use it as fuel to solve and create the solution to your problem. We all struggle with this here and now. The question is how long you struggle with it for. Some of you forever. Stop. It's not worth it. It doesn't do anything for you. Solve it. If you're trying to build a $5 million a year company and you need to spend money on marketing, I always love this. People are like, dude, I want to make $1 million net a year. Cool. What's the average business net per year? If they're really good, 20%. Awesome. You need a $5 million a year business to do that, Nancy. But you're only doing $1 million. Who do you have to become to create that $5 million a year business to net $1 million? What does the team look like? What do your days look like? What's your action step look like? What's your product look like? What industry? What category? When's the last time you raised your prices? And every decision you make throughout the day until you get to 5 million, it's either getting you closer or further away. This is how you prevent shiny object syndrome. I'm going to try real estate. I'm going to try this. I'm going to plumber. I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy a business now. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try that. That's your problem. You don't have a goal. Whatever wealth you want to create is inside of anything. If I wanted to be a box manufacturer, I could create millions of dollars in that. Because I would literally become obsessed with understanding how the box industry worked, where the profit margins are made, how to make more money, how to get more distribution. I don't understand why people don't do this. This is what winners do, by the way. Then I'd ask myself, how much money is on the P&L on your marketing budget? You're not getting to 5 million typically just by word of mouth. And if you do, it's not even a good strategy because it can't sell this business now as easy. When a private equity firm or venture capital want to come in your company, they want to see customer acquisition flow. Listen, icing on the cake, customer referrals, that's amazing. I think you should have them. I've built many businesses off of that, but I also enhance it with marketing. You should be spending that $5 million, probably 10, 20 grand a month on marketing, advertising, right? If you can get word of mouth just naturally, just by being a great person, doing a great job, you can enhance that with dollars on top of that and double or triple your response. Are you using testimonials? Are you doing blanket marketing, canvas marketing when you're at a job site? Are you trucks wrapped? Are you putting a sign in the yard? Are you sending text? Are you doing calls? What are you doing? That's marketing dollars, right? If I was doing a roofing job in Mentor, Ohio, I would literally pay someone on Facebook to run ads in Mentor, Ohio and say, hey, I'm in your neighborhood. I'm doing a job right down the street from you. I'd love to give you a free quote. Give me a call. You could do this everywhere. Spend $20 a day, $50 a day. Get leads. Create consistency. I know a guy just recently, I was talking to him, he spent $3,000 on leads and he generated $100,000 in business. I said, how much more are you going to spend? He's like, dude, I'll spend as much as I can at this number. Why wouldn't you? But you got to test. Not all leads are created equal. Not all marketing is created equal. But I do know this. If you stay in the game of marketing, you will win the game because you're constantly learning. I'm still learning. I've been marketing since 96. I've actually been marketing properly since 2002-ish. Took me 6 years to figure it out. But you got this. This is how we win in a down market. Don't let the down market keep you down. Let it lift you up. While everyone's going left, you go right. But we got to get focused on this goal. We got to get focused on this vision. Stop putting too much pressure on yourself. You fucked up. Get over it. We all do. I know it's easier said than done. But you got to let go of that. It's not helping you. Ask yourself, if you're sitting there and you're having these struggles and these problems, is it serving you or hurting you? If it's hurting you, stop. Acknowledge it and move on. Don't do it again. But you got work to do. Recast your vision. Get excited again for you, your team, your people you can help, your customers, your clients. And let's get it. It's time to go. That's what I have today. I'm telling you right now. Let me know on Instagram, at Mark Evans DM. This podcast show, share this shit with your friends, guys. This is real, powerful stuff. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to give you real value, real time. And I'm serious, man. I'm more excited today than I've ever been in business. Don't listen to me. Watch me. Watch my social media. I'm traveling. I'm in meetings that I don't normally do. Why? I'm doing exactly what I'm telling you should be doing. 10 times harder for the same result and beyond. What's cool about this is a great muscle to work on. And as you do this, 2 years when everything starts loosening up, you will be light years ahead of everyone. Light years, financially, mentally, emotionally, physically. Everything changes. But you got to have the goal. You got to have the vision. Let's round up the people. Let's round up the troops. It's your time. It's now. If you want to join the DM Alliance, let me know. The DM Alliance, we talk about this shit every Wednesday at noon. It goes down. It's amazing, amazing community, amazing results. There's some amazing things happening. It's $1,000 a month. Sounds like a lot? Do this shit on your own then. If you think $1,000 a month's a lot, you don't have a big enough vision. True story. I got your back. Thinking about you guys. Make today count. Peace!
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans here. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. DM project.
This is the podcastfactory.com.